What up, folks? I'm going to be trying to tell y'all about Kundalini Awakening, what it truly is, and how to do it. So basically, a lot of people think that Kundalini Awakening is something spiritual, that it's kind of like something that has to do with elevating your consciousness, and that kind of take years, and that it's like a long process, and that you're going to feel all these kind of very subtle feelings about it, and that it's like this complicated evolution or some shit like that. Well, I'm here to tell you that that's actually incorrect. Basically, all those people are mistaken, and I'm going to be telling y'all what it really is. So, here's the real deal. So, basically, Kundalini is actually something physical, and it's actually like a physical empowerment that everyone can do. And yeah, it's basically like a hidden power, kind of like an Easter egg that everyone has. And it's been around since ancient times. It used to be more known back in the day. That's why even today, if you look at all kind of things that have to do with health, you'll see the symbol of Kundalini pretty much everywhere, because in ancient times it was known as the one way to heal pretty much any ailment, to empower the physical body, to augment your mental faculties, get stronger physically, and all kinds of shit like that. And that's because it can actually do these things. When you do Kundalini Awakening, it will literally heal your body of pretty much anything, empower your physical strength greatly, empower your mental faculties, your reflexes, the clarity of your thoughts. Basically, it increases your brain power. And on a spiritual level, it also probably makes you more in tune with your goals and shit. And also it literally boosts up the power of the chakras within your body. And some of them, like the crown chakra, have to do with your spiritual connection, or your sense of unity and connection to the universe. So it should help with that as well. So that's pretty much all it can do. And so now I'm going to break down how to actually do it. So since it's physical, it actually has to do with empowering your own natural state of health and vitality, and then using that to basically shoot up this energy up through your spine and boost up your entire body's ability and all that kind of shit. So it starts by cultivating your sexual energy, because for everyone, men and women, your sexual energy is actually the source of your life force or energy. And that's basically your energy that you have in day-to-day life to do tasks. Also has to do with your fertility, and also has to do with literally the amount of bioelectricity that you have in your body. And that shit is also called by many different names in different cultures. It can be called Jing, or Chi, Prana, or Orgone. All of this pretty much refers to life force energy, which literally is bioelectricity. And so when you save and store up your sexual energy, your body naturally, as it basically fills up its stores of sexual energy, is going to start having more and more bioelectricity, and using all those minerals and nutrients that for most people it's always using to replenish that sexual energy, to basically augment and repair everything else in your body, boost up your whole vitality and shit. And also, as you have more and more sexual energy, the substance itself actually accumulates within your body, and then ends up filling your whole body and even your bones with this kind of dense substance that augments your natural energy. Now that shit can be called by different names, and it's basically the same as CSF, which is cerebrospinal fluid. So that's also what goes in your spine, and that also has to do with why saving your sexual energy is important for Kundalini Awakening, since Kundalini is a bioelectricity shot that goes up through your spine. And CSF is actually very similar to semen in terms of what it's made up of. Basically, as you retain your semen, your body's going to build up more and more of this kind of liquid, and build up more CSF, and this actually makes your spine and your whole body more conductive, and that's going to enable you to do Kundalini Awakening as well. And so that's the first step for Kundalini Awakening. Second step is to do sun gazing or sunbathing. So So this is basically because when sunlight hits water, it actually creates this special state of water which can be called fourth phase water. And this state of water is different. It's not really liquid or solid. It's kind of like gel-like, or it's also described as being like a crystalline state of water. So the water basically becomes like different. It has properties that resemble a crystal, like it can store information and even hold an electric charge. So that's pretty crazy for water. And basically, like, the fact that it can hold an electric charge is going to really help in terms of doing Kundalini Awakening, since it's essentially electricity that shoots up through your spine. When you do sun gazing or sunbathing, as the water in your body turns to fourth phase water, like, all that water is basically going to be more conductive, hold more energy and more bioelectricity than normal water, and that's going to enable you to do Kundalini Awakening. And you can also put water out in the sun, or even like different kind of liquids, and as the sunlight hits it, it's also going to charge this water up on energy and turn it to fourth phase water, which then makes like a source of fourth phase water that you can drink. And this is actually like a very efficient way of getting fourth phase water, maybe even the most efficient. Like, you can just take a jar of water and leave it out in the sun and then come back later, and like, yeah, it's going to be this energized state of water which can hold this electric charge, which is great for your health. It's also got like tons of good benefits for like mitochondria and like dealing with stress and all kinds of like generic natural healing shit. So that's what it is. So you need that, and that's the second step. Then the third step is actually to do a fast. So basically, when you fast, on top of healing your body and like boosting mitochondria and like taking out all like the trash out of your cells and shit, it also brings your body to a different kind of state, which is more bioelectrically conductive. Now, this takes a few days to happen. Like, it kind of varies, but I'd say you probably need to fast for about 5 to 7 days, probably around 7 days. That's what I had in my own personal experience. And that shit is basically going to bring your body to this different state where like you're more conductive, you might feel more electric too in some kind of way. And this is going to enable your body to do Kundalini Awakening too, because of this like augmented conductivity that you now have. Then the last step is to take magic mushrooms. So psilocybin mushrooms have actually been used since ancient times for all kind of like healing purposes. And one of the kind of like unknown things about this is that it can do Kundalini Awakening, or it basically can like activate and release the dormant Kundalini energy in your body. But you gotta have all those other prerequisites done before. So like the sexual energy retention, the like getting fourth phase water through sunlight, and the fasting. So once you're in that state and you got all those three down, and you take magic mushrooms and it's like enough of it, then you're actually gonna feel after a while the Kundalini energy start like exploding from the bottom of your spine, or like the root chakra, and this is gonna start going up your spine, and it's gonna be like very clear and distinct. It's like unmistakable. You can basically feel like this kind of ethereal or electrical energy just coursing up your back. And at this point, you want to start taking deep breaths. They also call this pranayama. It's literally just deep breathing, and you're going to physically feel like the current of Kundalini that's in your spine. It's basically going to be like jittering up and down near the bottom of your spine. And as you take more deep breaths, you're going to feel this start going up more and more. And it's basically going to pump it up all the way through your spine into your head. And this will like basically heal your body and like complete the awakening when it goes up fully into like the crown of your head and through all like the chakras and shit. And that's kind of like the symbol that you see as well with the Kundalini symbol and all the chakras and like the flower on top of your head and shit, which is like the crown chakra. So that's basically going to activate everything, and that's when like your body's going to start doing this like super healing shit, where it basically heals like your body of any ailments or any shit that you might have in your body, and also greatly empowers your physical abilities and your mental clarity and all kinds of shit like that. So that's basically the last step on how to do it. Now there's something else that you can do to help, and that's grounding. So basically when you ground, it's also gonna like help your body basically be more stable bioelectrically, like as it connects you to the earth's energy and shit. It helps like your body in all kind of ways, but it also helps like electricity flow better through your body, and that's gonna help do the Kundalini awakening as well. And also on top of that, if you happen to have like heavy metals in your body, which most people do nowadays, like the fact that you're grounding is going to enable those like metals to basically be like stabilized, because like electrically when you're grounded it kind of just disempowers the power of heavy metals from like reverberating with any kind of like frequencies that might be around. So when you do that, those are going to be neutralized, and then as you're doing the Kundalini awakening, your body can just go and pull all those metals out of your body. So that's another advantage of it, on top of like the health benefits, and it actually helps do the Kundalini awakening itself too. So I recommend you do that while doing it, and that's it. So that's about all the basics of Kundalini awakening, how to do it through saving up your sexual energy, getting fourth phase water through sunlight, fasting to be more conductive and healthy, taking the magic mushrooms to activate the Kundalini awakening, doing pranayama or deep breathing to pumping up your spine, and also grounding just to get your body in a better state to do it and be able to detox from any heavy metals that most people have in their bodies. And that's kind of how it goes. So I hope you found that informative. Cheers.